Hello. 1 2 1 2 testing testing. Looks like it's all working today, which is a good start. I take such big breaks between streams that whenever I do another stream, I always what's gonna break? What's gonna break today? I don't know. But it all seems to be okay. So hello everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. All that good stuff. I'm off for Christmas now. So I don't know how much I want to ramble to begin with, but I am off. I recently did the Itchy and Scratchy video, and tomorrow I disappear to see family, and I spend most of the week doing family stuff, Christmas family stuff, films, all that stuff. A big eating way too much, so I needed to get this done today because I'm simply not going to be here tomorrow. So I'm a little bit tired. I won't lie, a little bit tired today, but I think I should be fine. This game isn't too long. We'll play some Itchy and Scratchy. We'll do some mini golf. It'll hopefully go well, maybe, and we'll see how we go. Hello Disney. Soon with early Christmas. Well, actually, it's not a Christmas stream officially. Oh no, the grammar's missing from the title. How embarrassing. That should say Xmas stream, ? No, mini golf. It's all mini golf. A source, what's up? It has been a while, and I guess that's on me, but Joe hasn't been around. Muckluck has kind of disappeared a little bit, so I'm kind of hoping he shows up and says hey, because it'd be good to see that he's still kicking, still with us, still doing stuff. But I get it. December is always a very intense month. I've been quite busy myself. It's just the way it goes, right? Work, you got to get work done, and then you're starting to be sociable for Christmas. It's all good stuff. It's just busy stuff. Okay, so how about I'm going to stop the music, the spy who kicked me, and I'm going to switch over. So this is another Game Boy game. So the plan is to once again use my SNES and play it on the Super Game Boy. But if you've been to any of my previous streams, this thing does not work normally, and it takes a good kicking to get going. So I'm going to turn this on, then I'm going to switch the scene, and we'll see what we get. Okay, here we go. On. And then we switch. Okay, we got black. That's actually not bad. That's actually not a bad start. Hello? Okay, let's hit reset. Hit reset. I know how to fix this now, though. It's just, it always has to be awkward. It's oh, here we go. Okay, that's on. It's on my TV. It's on the stream. There we go. First time. Beautiful. We have video games, people. If you wanted video games, I've got the video games. There we go. That's looking quite good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so this game is not super long, so I don't know how long I end up streaming, but the plan is I'm gonna beat this game today on stream. Maybe give some holly jolly stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it looks like it's all working. As always, if there's any issues, especially with audio, because I never know, it looks like it's all balanced. It looks like it's all looking good. But if there is any issues, let me know. There was actually someone who mentioned in my Bart and the Beanstalk stream how it looks like the footage is stretched, and I think he's correct. I think for some reason my Super Game Boy stretches the footage a little bit, but there's nothing I can really do about that unless I just manually try and crush the footage. I don't know. That's getting a little too messy, a little bit too technical for me. So all right, I think that's enough rambling to begin with. Let's get into this thing. I did a practice run earlier today, and that went quite well, and I was able to beat the game without getting a proper game over and having to start again. Okay, start. Music on or off? What are we thinking? Are people vibing with this? Spoiler alert, I'm going to keep it on, but I'm going to keep the music on because even though the music is actually really repetitive in this game, because there's literally only 2 music tracks, if I turned it off, it would be silence. It would just be little Game Boy putting golf sounds, and that's all you would get. And that's not very Christmassy at all, is it? So we've got to have some music. So here we go. Oh no, I haven't set the colors yet. So these are the default colors, which is okay. It's a bit red, a little bit too autumn for my liking, I think. So let's hit L and R. I need to bring up, I think it's so in the Nintendo Power that covered this game, they actually had a recommended color palette, and they recommend this one, 4B. I don't know if this is like the official color palette that you should be using for this. Like, I don't think this is one of the games that actually supports the Super Game Boy properly, but it came out in 1994, which I think is the same year as the Super Game Boy. So it's like, that was just the cool thing, right? That you could switch the palette. So we're going to do that. And first thing we're going to do is get these secrets. So yeah, I think I should be able to beat this game on stream today. I'm kind of excited to do this one because like my review was like 36 minutes, but I think there's like some cool stuff to show off with this game. Like, even though I was kind of, I wouldn't say I was that negative, but I did spend a decent amount of time criticizing this game. For good reason. Like, it's still kind of flawed, but I also think it's kind of cool. Like, it's a bit unremarkable, but I do kind of like it. Okay, I didn't die to the first itchy. That's huge. I'm quite happy about that. But yeah, my practice playthrough went quite well earlier today. Because there's always a big gap between when I finish the review or when I last play the game and then start editing the video for the review, and then I actually do these streams. So I always have to practice it a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get like par for... Oh, bloody hell. Nope, no thank you. Alright, so now I want to try and respawn him back in so I can hit him with this bat. So there he is. And then... Oh. Alright, well that's death number one. Can't say I'm too surprised. But yeah, this should be quite a simple one. This should be... this game gets a little frustrating at times, but nothing too crazy. Like, it's super beatable. Again, I am still a little bit tired. It was just one of those nights, right, where like, it was a bit of a long day, but I was still kind of like too switched on when I went to bed. You know, where it's like I was tired, but my brain, I just didn't wind down properly. And then I went to bed and I just like couldn't sleep. And then I just didn't sleep properly at all. When I woke up in the morning and looked in the mirror, I looked like I'd been run over. It was bad. I was just like so shattered, but I've had some naps. I guess some cat naps if you want to keep it on theme. So it should be fine. So how's everyone doing anyway? It's always like, well, I've already said it. There's always a long gap between the streams. Oh god, that was terrible. So it's, I don't know. There was a long gap between the streams because there was a long gap between videos. This Simpsons one, it didn't take that long to really make this most recent Ranking Every Simpsons game. It was just one of those where like I got sick, and then as you do in Christmas, and then it was also just like a busy month with it being December, so like there wasn't really any problems making the video. It just took me a long time to actually like sit down and properly like work on it and work on the script. And I wrote most of this script when I was sick and when I felt better and reread what I wrote, I was like, a lot of this doesn't make sense. I think I need to rewrite this. It just took a bit of time. Hello, Robert. Greetings. Good to see you as always. I have a new puppy. Oh, awesome. 11 weeks, God. Now, I'm going to ask you what kind of dog it is, but I'm going to be totally honest, I don't know dogs super well. So if it's not like a very common breed, I'm afraid I won't know what it is. But yeah, what kind of dog is it? Like, the people I know have kind of started moving away from dogs. It's a bit weird. I think they'll come back to it, but I'm seeing more people go for cats nowadays. I guess because they're a bit more chill, I guess. But it feels like when people get a new pet now, it's more likely that they get like a cat instead, but I don't know. Maybe that's just because I was hanging out with friends recently and they were like, if you don't have an animal, you should get a cat. And it was like, well, I don't really want a cat. Nothing against cats, but not for me, I don't think. All right, here we go. You come here for the hot tips, jump over Mother Hubbard, and go back, and you find yourself in a razor. So that's a little Christmas gift. That's come early for everyone. Yeah, I think this color palette actually does look quite good. It does kind of fit this goose, I guess. What's that supposed to be? What's the par on this one? 16. Okay. So I should be able to get the par, or get subpar anyway. Alright, so I just need to hit that. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Under par. Nice. Still got it. Across from a Labrador and a Golden Retriever. Oh, wow. Those are two big breeds. By big, I mean like popular breeds. Well, congratulations. I hope it's going well. I hear having a puppy is very challenging, I guess. Although maybe that depends on the breed. About house training and all that fun stuff. But that sounds very fun. Right, Madison Krusty Land. I'm always going to check back here because I just like don't remember all the locations of like secrets and bonuses. Oh, here's one thing that's cool about this level though. Like, there's this weird little barrier here, and it doesn't drop until the ball lands on it, and then when you land on it, it drops. But it means like most of the holes take place underground, weirdly. So for this level, you can actually just walk all the way to the end at the beginning, and there we go. This is the end of the hole. It's just because you haven't got the ball, it doesn't count. So you then have to go and hit the ball, which then makes the barriers disappear, and then you drop, and you have to go like all the way around instead. I just think it's cool. I think there's a hole coming up where you can actually go across these and you'll find a secret, which is quite neat. And I don't think you can hit the ball across here. Or maybe we can try that. Maybe that would work. If I get the ball here, then maybe I could hit the ball across this barrier here. That'd be a huge time save. I have no idea if that's going to work. It's going great, better than I expected. Oh, that's awesome news. Yeah, again, I feel like... Oh, well, I messed that up, didn't I? I feel like the thing I always hear is that it's quite challenging. But once you get them settled, once they start getting a bit bigger... Oh, God. Nope, no thank you. Okay, that almost really worked out, but it didn't. Okay, how are we going to do this? So I think I need to get him to respawn by going over here. Then... Oh, my God. Just give me a second, Itchy, please. I find these Itchies to be the worst. Like the ones with the flamethrowers, because as I complained about in the video, there's just a lot of times when Itchy appears and then you get attacked. But the ones with like the flamethrowers and stuff, it just feels like you don't get a chance. Like they can shoot a projectile and you just don't get a fair enough chance sometimes. But this level isn't too bad. I quite like this. There we go. And I do like this game, right? I hope a lot of this stream is actually me being positive. Because even though like I had to be negative, I actually do quite like it. It's just like, you want this game to be like a really nice, pleasant surprise, right? Like, oh, an Itchy and Scratchy miniature golf game on the Game Boy? Sure, why not? Give it a go and be like, oh, that's actually really cool. And it's like, good. It's fun. It's like decently made. It's just... Well, it's an Itchy and Scratchy mini golf game, so there's only so much you can do there. God, I do not like these Krusty Jack in the boxes. It's like these boxes on the right are supposed to be the box that the thing's coming out of. It's just like they just don't look like that to me. Like they look different, but I always forget that those type of boxes mean that a Krusty head is going to come out and will kill you in one. I think there's an Itchy coming up. Oh no, I'm over. No, it's okay. It's a bit more down. That should be fine. No, there he is. There he is. There he is. It's only the second level, but again, it's not too hard. Like you do, the thing that changed a lot for me when I was playing this game is that once you learn that you can like find secrets everywhere, you just get so many. Oh god. Oh god. It's just so mean sometimes, this game. But once you like learn there's secrets everywhere and you find all those extra lives, it makes a huge difference in able to beat this game. Like this game actually goes from being really quite punishing and harsh to like being not too bad at all. So yeah, we should be able to beat this no problem. Oh, why didn't that work? That's very strange. I meant to automatically go in there. So I am having a drink tonight, but like a non-alcoholic drink. I've got a Corona Zero. Yeah, Corona Zero, which is like, I'm not a big Corona person, but it's a surprisingly good like 0% beer. But I want to celebrate because it's the last stream of the year, right? Last stream of the year. And it's Christmas, but it's just like I can't quite justify having an actual beer because it will just mess up my sleep. And I don't want that to happen. So I've got about like a 4-hour train ride that I got to do tomorrow to get home. And then home will be kind of busy because it's like, you know, family and Christmas energy, all of that sort of stuff, which is good, but, you know, it's just going to be a busy one. God, the first time I was here, right, because they give you the bombs, so you can press select to go through the weapon. But the bombs will kill you if you hit them on yourself. But also the bombs don't kill the crusty jack-in-the-boxes. So if you throw a bomb here, it just goes through Krusty, bounces off the wall, hits you, and then you die. It's like, cool, awesome. I just have no idea why they would make it so the bombs don't hurt the Krusty Jack-in-the-Boxes. Oh god. No, 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 thank you. Okay, he's run off. So I think I want to drop down, cause him to respawn, and then we can kill him. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, hello. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I've definitely seen you in the comments 1 or 2 times. So if you have a pronunciation for Nif Jafudi, let me know. But I don't know what to call you, I'm afraid. But how long do you think you can stretch out the Simpsons bowling video? Well, that's a very good question. Because my original plan, right, was like, well, how much can I really talk about Simpsons bowling? So I was kind of like, do I just compile that with a different game and just make it a more complete video? Especially because with Simpsons bowling, it's like you can't play it properly. Like, I have it on an emulator, so I can play it, but you can't like play it as it's intended because it's an arcade bowling game and it has a little trackball, I think it's called. And you have to use the trackball to... Where am I going? I want to drop down here? Oh, every time. Yeah, like, and you have to use a little trackball to roll the ball. Like, so you're actually kind of... You're not properly bowling, you're just like pushing a little trackball. But I was like, well, I can't do that. So that's kind of annoying. So it's like, well, I need to cover the game, but then there's also not that much to say about the game either. So I was siding on like combining it with something else, but I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. And if it's like a 10-minute video, if it's even like a 5-minute video, then it's a 5-minute video because I think every game kind of deserves its own video, even if that makes that shorter. If that makes sense. Either Jonif, Jidfui, or John. Let's go John. Let's go John. But no, nice to see you, John. Thanks for stopping by. I feel maybe Cartoon Studio Virtual Springfield Bowling could be one. That's what I was thinking, to be honest with you. That's what I was thinking. That would nicely combine with those. Because Cartoon Studio, I don't think there's going to be that much to say. And then Virtual Springfield may be a decent amount, but even then it's still just a piece of software at the end of the day. There we go. So I was thinking about doing that, but as it currently stands... Oh no, where's that? Oh, I want that extra life. Oh, I know where that is. I gotta go around. Okay. But yeah, we'll see. But I was looking up, like, the Simpsons arcade cabinet. Oh, okay, I killed him. Oh, I just didn't get the extra life. Okay. Yeah, because in 2021, or 2021, whatever, they, Arcade 1-Up released the Simpsons arcade machine, where it was a re-release of the original arcade machine, but obviously it was a more modern version of it with the original game, which is awesome. But they also included the Simpsons bowling in it, and as far as I can tell, like, there is actually a trackball added into it, which was like, oh, that's really cool. But every time I see the Simpsons arcade out in the wild, I never see one with the trackball. So I don't know if it's a case of here in the UK, we simply don't have the Arcade 1-Up machine, right? It's a US machine. Would they actually sell that over here? But it looks like all the ones I'm able to find are actually not the ones with Simpsons bowling. And I was I was looking up like, can I buy one? Is there somewhere I can buy one of these machines? But no, you can't. Like, you can't even really buy one in the UK. It was released like 3.5 years ago, and you just can't get one. But then, like, I'm just surprised because there's 2 different places I've seen the Simpsons arcade in the wild, and neither of them are the 1-up arcade version because they don't have the Simpsons bowling in it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably just play the emulated version and just, I don't know, juggle a tennis ball in my hand. It can be the same thing. All right, so how much under par am I? Okay, so I've got 1 shot to do this under par. And if I don't do it in 1 shot, then it's kind of whatever, really. But I just don't like the timing on this. I don't like the timing on this, but we'll see. So I think you want to hit it quite hard, and you want the ball to reach the tongue just as it's coming out fully. I think that's what you want. But you have to like time that with the bar going up. We'll just see it. It could be a Christmas miracle. See what we can do. Hey, I don't want to go now. No. No. It's not having it. Now? Okay, we're very close. Oh, bloody thing. I just do not know what the timing is. So I think I want to go... Doesn't help that his tongue is like disgust. There we go. Okay, I think you just have to hit it hard enough so when it comes out. He missed the shot. He has to delete his shot. Yeah, I really shouldn't have put my entire YouTube channel on the line. That was very dumb. Oh well, we got it in the end. You could just buy a trackball or something. That's an interesting idea. Buy a trackball and then hook it up to my PC. That could work actually. I don't know what sort of trackballs you can buy, but that would be really, really interesting. Because that would be ideal if I could just buy a trackball, plug it in, and then the emulator supports it. I don't know, that'd be cool. I'm hoping that hello Nostalgia folks. I'm hoping that in the future more people could make ranking every X series that's actually like your Simpsons game series. All well done, and all the games rank from top to bottom. Yeah, that'd be cool. Saves me doing them all. I'm struggling to get through the Simpsons games at any decent pace, I'm afraid. But yeah, I like it. Like, I like the format. I mean, I came up with it, so that's not fair. But I do think there's a lot of series out there that deserve a deeper dive. It's like, I really like Banjo-Kazooie. I really like Super Mario 64. I really like Donkey Kong Country. There is like so many games or so many videos on YouTube breaking down those series. Like, why can't we get a little more of that of different series? That's what I'm saying. So that'd be cool. So what's the next era? So what's the next big era for the video game? If you're talking about Simpsons era, we're about to hit like there's like this weird awkward era where there's like the Simpsons bowling, Virtual Springfield, Night of the Living Treehouse. No, Night of the Treehouse of. No, wait, where is it? It's over here. Night of the Living Treehouse of Horror. There's like this really awkward era where Acclaim disappear, but they're still making these like odd games. And then once those games are done, then we're in the 3D era, which is cool. Oh no, the channel card came over, yeah. Well, I think, see, it's Christmas, everyone. I think I get a mulligan if we're going to keep it to golf terms. Let's have a mulligan and see if I can beat this game first before I delete my channel. Send an email to Mr. YouTube saying, sorry, done. Done. There's a lot of computer mice with trackballs. Oh, I guess so. Yeah. I'll be interesting. There's just not a lot out there about Simpsons bowling. Like, I've watched videos on YouTube about Simpsons bowling. And even then, like, there's not that many good videos of it. Like, there's people just saying, here's a long play of it. And then there was, like, some people who was all like... There's people who's covered it. It's just... I don't know. I would think there would be better coverage of that game, I suppose. Right, Itchy, let's kill you. There we go. Itchy's dead. That's good. I don't actually have to come over here if I do this correctly. I'm going to try and do the shortcut. I'm going to try and do the bat shortcut. Which it's like, it's pretty much always worth doing, but it's really hard to do from this side. So you want to try and do it, I think, here? Well, that might be good. That might be it, actually. Hey! First time. The channel stays online. See, if you overshoot it, then it goes in the pipe, and then it goes round the pipe, and then you got to hit it back into the pipe. But once it's back on this side, it's actually easy to do. But there's like 2 erasers in this level, so we might actually get a really low score. So I was able to do that in 1, which would be cool. A little bit of redemption for me. Favor of the Acclaim era... Sorry, favor of the Acclaim... And hello, one, by the way. Favor of the Acclaim games era of the Thompsons. Well, I guess if I go by my ranking, it would be Bart's Nightmare. And that feels correct to me, yeah. Bart's Nightmare on the SNES. Right, there's a guy with a rocket launcher up here. It's very awkward to deal with. Oh, he's just gone. Alright, fine. Yeah, Bart's Nightmare. Like, I had never played Bart's Nightmare properly before I did this series. And playing that SNES game, it was like... It was rough at first, but once it started to click, it was like, it's actually quite cool. I actually think it's a really cool game. I totally get why people don't like it. Like, it's rough. It gets overly difficult at times. The controls can be really rough. But that's the one I would go with. I think it's cool. So what are you going to do? No, thank you. Is there another eraser, actually? Can we get this down to 0? That'd be cool. Just trying to remember where all the itchies are. Where are you? Stance on Ned Flanders from Simpsons Wrestling. I'm afraid I don't have a strong stance on that. It's been years since I've properly played Simpsons Wrestling. That was one, like, because I didn't have a PlayStation 1 growing up, or just a PlayStation. I was an N64 kid. But, like, I had a lot of friends that had PlayStations, because it was really popular over here. And I definitely have a clear memory of going to a friend's house and playing The Simpsons Wrestling. And I think I liked it. But it was one of those where you like play it for 10 minutes and then you're kind of good, right? Like yeah, Simpsons Wrestling, fine. It's a bit weird, doesn't really control super well, but yeah, sure. I like The Simpsons. I like video games. Why not? It was just fun to like mash buttons to attack your friends while playing as Simpsons characters. So I remember liking it, but again, it was like just one of those that my friend happened to have. And we just played it for a little bit, and then I just never went back to it. It's like, I don't know, just never went back to it. But I do own a copy. Where is it? Over there. Behind my copy of Croc. Because for the Bart vs. the Juggernauts video, I needed footage of... Because I made the comparison to how, oh, you're Bart fighting Barney in Moe's bar. You can do that in Simpsons Wrestling. So I went and set that up in that game. Although you can't, right? You can't set your stage. So I had to make it so I'm Bart fighting Barney. Then I just had to hit play and just hope Moe's bar fight like randomly came up. It took like 15 tries. It took ages. So I guess I lied when I said I haven't played it. I played it a little bit just to grab that footage. Have you not heard of how busted Ned Flanders is? I haven't actually, to be honest with you. I guess the Simpsons Wrestling fighting scene has not been as vocal as you would hope. Okay, I think it's possible for me to get this in 1, and if I get a score of 1, that'd be amazing. I think I have to do full power. The timing on this isn't too tricky. You basically don't want to... Actually, before we do this, I want to go and check. Okay, there's nothing over here. If you bounce off his cape, then it won't go in, and if he hits it down with the scythe, then it won't go... Or you want him to hit it down into the pocket. What's this timing going to be? Do I want it as he goes up, I guess? Let's just go for it. Oh, what? No. Okay. Just have to think about this one a bit more. Definitely don't want to hit it too hard, because it will just bounce off. There we go. We'll take that. That's better than the score I got when playing it originally. My best score was a 3 before, so... I think a 1 is possible in that hole, but I'll take a 2. If you don't have a stance, I will have a stance instead. Flanders the undisputed S tier of wrestling. Wow, okay. Well, this is good information. This is good information. It sounds like when I'm playing that game, I probably won't start with Ned Flanders if it's that broken, but at some point, I'm going to have to beat that bloody thing, which is probably not going to be fun. So I'll switch over to Ned and make it happen. I do feel like some multiplayer games back then just had characters like that in it, though, right? Like GoldenEye. You had Odd Job, that was just shorter than everyone. So I feel like that was kind of a more of an accepted thing, that there was just a broken character in some games. And you had to agree with your mates, like, okay, no Odd Job, no Odd Job. This round we're going to do no Odd Job, okay? You just had to do it like that. Well, now you have to do research on, because I think who gets... I think, who is this? Okay. Well, I have to try and look out of that video. When I was first starting to make this series, I originally didn't watch anyone else's video on it, but I think I'm kind of getting to the point where if there's some interesting info about the game that I should mention, then it's probably worth like watching other videos first to make sure I'm aware of everything, so I'm being thorough. So I think I'm kind of going the other way, especially with Simpsons Hit and Run. My current plan for Simpsons Hit and Run is that I'm just going to watch every video on it and just absorb all of it and just see how that goes. Oh, come on now. In you go. Nice. Sonic car with a character. Yeah, exactly. Like, Super Sonic was just so broken, but it was... I don't know. I guess people were more accepting of it at the time and just thought it was a cool thing. Oh god, no, 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 no. No, thank you. No, thank... Well, I did ask, but I guess not. The itchies with the pickaxes are like the worst itchies, because they're like the only ones that will jump. So it means sometimes when you go at them with the golf club, they just like jump and just attack you and you just miss. Alright, it's begun, hasn't it? It's begun. Hopefully I can kill... There we are, I can kill that itchy. The bombs are actually really good though for killing itchies, which is helpful. I still remember how nerve-wracking I was feeling when watching your winning attempt at Virtual Bart, because it was all ever for a win or nothing. I was cheering in my room when you won. Oh, thank you. That's really nice to hear. Yeah, I kind of tried to portray it like that, because that's how it felt, right? That's how it felt, where I was like, I've been playing this game for like 19 hours. I might actually be able to do something else and actually beat this thing. And it went so well, right? It went so well to begin with. And then it just fell apart, but I was able to bring it back. It was actually really fun. Even though I don't like that game, and you all know why, assuming you've watched the video, there is something about like bad games that can really bring out this like, I don't know, it can be really interesting to beat bad games in a way that doesn't stop them from being bad games, but you can still have those really tense moments. If anyone watches Giant Bomb and has seen the Giant Bomb Blight Club series, that's very good at portraying that, like, we're playing these terrible games, but they still, like, beat them and feel good beating them, even though they're terrible. I would highly recommend the Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero series of Blight Club. It's a very good watch. Oh god, the hit and run video is going to be like 4 hours. To be honest with you, I don't know. It's one of those where it's like, I really don't know. I think the Simpsons game is going to be longer. Just because there's like arguably 4 different versions of that game. So there's just, I think, a lot more to talk about. Where hit and run is mostly just like, it's good. I like it. Everyone likes it. How do you get that extra life? I think you have to go around. So I really don't know. I honestly don't know. There's definitely a lot more information about hit and run, but I really don't know if it's going to come out to be that long. Okay, I messed this up. Throw the second knife, throw the bomb. Normally when playing this game, I would go up ahead more to check what's happening, but I'm being a little bit more reckless. Which is why I'm getting stuck on these ramps a bit more than normal. What's the par? Par 25. Yeah, we're not going to hit par. Oh, it's not doing this, is it? Yeah, and this is something else that's really annoying about the game. Like, I hit the ball, it went up automatically, and then it just happened to hit here. But, like, there's not enough room for Scratchy to, like, putt. So you gotta do this instead. And now I can do it. Really don't like the moving platforms. When I was doing my practice playthrough this morning... Okay. Okay. I see how it is. When I was doing my practice playthrough of this morning, I was just struggling with some of these platforms. You just waste so many hits due to just a little bit of bad luck. Also, Red Riding Hood from Shrek Super Slam, who just outright got banned. Just got banned! Are they still going with that game, are they? I remember hearing about that a few years ago. It's funny if people are still playing that thing. I think I can hear him from here. Not like that, though. I think you can jump up and... There we go. Just want to get that eraser. Ranking every Simpsons Hit and Run mission. Yeah, that'd be something. That would be something. I just also, like, I just know Hit and Run quite well. And that's the thing, like, I'm kind of curious about, because it's like... I guess it's like a lot of these big internet games. You know, they've been covered, but they're covered by people who played them as kids and still play them and think they're really cool. And that's like, that's fine. And that's what I do. But like, what does a newcomer think of like The Simpsons Hit and Run? I watched a video the other day where someone briefly talked about The Simpsons Hit and Run. And he said, I played it as a kid. And like, he doesn't really like The Simpsons. He just thought the game was cool. And I thought that was a really interesting perspective. That someone who didn't like The Simpsons just saw The Simpsons Hit and Run and played it and just like it because it thinks it's a fun game. And it's just something I hadn't really thought about much before. Okay, I'm going to play it safe and hit it a bit harder and go up. Okay, that's fine. We'll just hit this back up quickly. Wait for this to roll down and I can read some comments. A good bad game keeps you engaged, even if it's through the desire to just get over it. Yeah, it's like, you get so beaten down. It's like, I guess it's almost like the speedrunning thing. Like, you get close to the speedrunning kind of aspect of it, where you learn so much about a game, and you have to commit yourself so much to deal with all the nonsense that it throws at you, that being able to put that all together and beat a game, even if it's terrible, there's still really something to that. But again, I still don't want that to excuse like really bad games, but there is something to that. I didn't mean it right now, just they banned... Oh, okay, a few years back. Okay, that makes sense. I just wouldn't be surprised if people were still playing that game. I'd be surprised if people were playing The Simpsons Wrestling, for sure. Right, doesn't look like we're going to get par, everybody. But, God. Some of these itchies are just spawned so meanly. So there's an itchy up there, so you want him to run down. There we go, got him. Like, if you don't know about that itchy, he just drops down on you. It's horrific. It's horrendous. But this playthrough is actually going quite well. I've still got 8 lives, but it's going to be the next hole. The next hole is the one where I find myself dying a lot, because there's just so many things to kill you. It's a bit horrendous. That's also the thing. Hit and Run doesn't ride or die on its license. It makes fantastic use of the license, but you don't need to know or like this for it to be appealing. Yeah, that's my general point of... Yeah, it's like the SpongeBob thing. Or, yeah, like I feel like Battle for Bikini Bottom is supposed to be like that as well. I haven't actually played the game, I'll be totally honest with you, but that's kind of the ideal thing with you know, I think it's important. Why did the ball drop? Okay. Like, the way I'm approaching these Simpsons games is like, okay, I'm approaching them as a fan of The Simpsons. And that's why some games get ranked differently. Like, in my opinion, as a general video game, I would rather play Miniature Golf Madness over Battlefront of the Space Mutants. Definitely. This is a much more, like, polished game, and it's definitely not as frustrating as Space Mutants is. But, like, as a Simpsons game, it's a little bit of a different thing. So if a casual fan or someone who just isn't fussed about The Simpsons, if they were like, which one should I play? I don't know when this situation would come up. But if they were like, which one should I play? Miniature Golf or Space Mutants? I'll be like, play Miniature Golf. It's an okay little odd Game Boy game. Where Space Mutants is a very strange, badly, doesn't control very well. Level design is all over the place. A bit ugly, but yeah, so play that. Don't play that. Especially not the Mega Drive version. I hate that version. Yes, they're still playing Simpsons Wrestling. There we go. Oh god, I need to pay attention. But that's one thing I also found, just speaking on the topic of like who's still playing these games. Like the speed running, like I always check the speed runs for these games. One of the reasons I do that is just because if there's anything interesting that's happening in the speed runs, right? If they do something cool, or if there's like alternative ending or a secret I wasn't aware of. Like, it's good to watch the speedrun to get like that extra info, because this is someone who's dedicated themselves. But the speedrunning scene for these games are just like terrible. Like, one person has done this game and nobody has speedrun Virtual Bar for the SNES. It's kind of insane that there could be this SNES game based on a very well-known license and just nobody's run it ever since 1994. Just nobody likes Virtual Bar enough to do it. All right, this timing's not too bad on this one. Just gotta actually, so you want to go down, up, then you're gonna hit it. That was a bit too early. We're not gonna get par anyway, so not too worried. Up. Oh, come on. I don't think you want to hit it at full power, because then I think it just bounces back. I guess I need to hit it a little bit harder than I've been doing. There we go, that'll do. I think the moving platforms deloaded. Yeah, that must have been it, right? It's just weird that the ball just dropped like that. Oh, you could just buy the box of Space Mutants. There we go, beautiful. It's actually a really cool box. Got all those little details of all the different like Simpsons characters. Yeah, it is a really cool box. All the boxes are good, really. I can't remember what video it was, but there was one video where I talked about those, because they do deserve, like, Simpsons have a bad reputation with games, but the boxes are really cool. There's a lot of really cool original Simpsons art, which is awesome. Even among speedrunners, Virtual Bar fails to be relevant. I always feel bad for it. I know, right? Like, 2 people have done the Genesis Mega Drive version, which I guess is fine. Like, I get why you would do that version, but you gotta think, for how kind of like broken that game is in a lot of ways, that there must be some psycho out there who, you know, the amount of people that play like Dark Souls with a dance mat or whatever, surely one of those sickos would play Virtual Bar. I guess there are limits for people, I suppose. They may love a challenge and love to do crazy stuff, but they're not crazy enough to try and speedrun Virtual Bar. There we go. Okay, so hopefully I don't die too much in this level, because this is where I usually burn through most of my lives. Like, some of the other levels are kind of tricky, but this one, it's so easy to die. There's just so many things that kill you in this level. It's a bit rough. And I don't particularly like this bit as well. Oh, we can see it. Okay. Sometimes you can't see that thing going up and down, and it will smack your ball back. Like this. Beautiful. Okay, well, oh no. This might be one of the cheapest itchy placements in the game, because he's going downhill at you with a flamethrower. You literally can't get him, and they don't give you a projectile before this point anyway, so you just have to go back down and hit him, which is doable, but it's just, yeah, this is when the game just feels a bit cheap at times, this level in particular. Nobody has been enough of a coward to speedrun the main Simpsons Road Rage. That can't be that. Is there, like, do you know of a reason why people wouldn't? I know you're a big fan of the game, but and from what I've seen of it, it's cool. I do already own a physical copy of Road Rage on the Game Boy Advance. Oh god, nope. I think he throws 2 knives. Okay, that was a bit of a risk. But no, I already own a copy of Simpsons Road Rage on the Game Boy Advance. Because I want to play, like... Do I have an original Game Boy Advance? I do have like an SP, I think, and I want to play on that system. Because I feel like playing it on an emulator won't quite capture what that game's about. Like, it's one of those where it's like, it's trying to do 3D on a handheld, so you kind of need to see it on the handheld, you know? Right, this one used to kill me all the time. So there's a chute up there. You want to jump on it, jump back, and then you can go across. Right. Oh god, I did that way too early. I just lost all my ammo. So that's not great. How am I going to do this? So this is one of the cross paths. So if you hit the ball over this ramp and land it up here, then you actually skip quite a lot of the level. But there is quite a lot of stuff to find at the bottom. But I kind of don't want to go because this level's really difficult and kills you easily. So I think I'm just going to hit it over and just leave. But yeah, there's like this whole other section down here And if you're good at the game and you know exactly where Itchy is and you can kill Itchy straight away, easy peasy, definitely worth going down. There's like 2 erasers, I want to say, but... Oh, there's an eraser up here as well. Nice. The one thing you want to avoid doing in this level is getting the ball on the platform. Because if you get the ball on the platform, and you have to stand on the platform to hit the ball, you have to try and like get on the platform and then... It gets a little awkward. And there are platforms, I don't know if we're going to see them because I took the better route. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Alright, how are we going to do this? I want Itchy to respawn. There he is. I guess I didn't want Itchy to respawn. I just want to kill him. There we go. Oh, is that gonna... Yes, it did. Okay, that's a bit weird. I was just worried about getting hit by the dart. But from what you're saying, is you can claim the record. I was honestly thinking about if I could go and get the world record for Virtual Bar on SNES, but I don't know. Like, I think that's something I would have to do on stream, and I don't know how fun that would be. That sounds like that would just be very stressful and not very nice. And now it's been a little bit since I've last played it, so maybe at some point I'll do a stream which is just me trying to grind a complete run live and just get all the, you know, the proper setup and stuff, but very stressful. I don't want to do that. I used to speedrun Banjo-Kazooie, so I do have some experience with speedrunning, but whether I actually would want to do that for Virtual Bar, I don't know. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. Hold on. The speedruns of the console road range, but the world record is 7 hours. 7 hours! I don't remember that game. I played a lot of Road Rage when I was a kid. I don't remember it being that bad, but I guess if they haven't found any, like... Yeah, I guess if they haven't found any good tricks for it, then yeah, I guess so. I'm definitely curious to go back to play Road Rage, because I don't know... I remember liking it, but not loving it. God, that jump's really awkward, but I want to get that extra life. If I can beat this game without using a continue, that would be cool, but... I don't think you get anything for doing that. If I remember right, the speedrun for PS2 is maddening because there's a grinding spot that was fixed in other versions. So you literally just go back and forth for hours. Oh yeah, that sounds terrible. I mean, I guess it sounds easy, but I guess there's like no real excitement to that. Still, might as well give it a go. Now there's grinding spots in other versions like the box. Oh, okay, so there's always some sort of grinding spot. Yeah, I was a GameCube. I played it on the GameCube back in the day. I'm not too really sure in terms of like version differences. Are we gonna get... Okay. Oh no, I can't get par. Can't get par, unfortunately. So there's the thing with the extra life. So you get an extra life for getting under par, but you don't get an extra life for being dead on par. Oh no, I've messed this up. Oh, I've messed this up. Can I cancel this? Can I jump? There we go. Let's go up. Then we hit. There we go. Yeah, if I went back to the other route and got the erasers, then I probably could get par on this, but I don't think that's going to be worth it. Yeah, like it's like I kind of said in the video, like getting par on all of this would just be insane. Like you could do it, but it would just be insane. Right, can I jump over Pooh? I can. There's nothing over there. Cool. I don't remember if that cloud kills you or not, so I'm trying to avoid it. Beautiful. Yeah, too far I didn't get par, but I wasn't too far off. It's going well quite far so far. I'm just really happy I got a 2 in hole 3. I'm happy with that. Again, the only trick is the driving in a circle for infinite money. God. That sounds terrible. There's a reason Crazy Taxi doesn't respawn the passengers, though. No high score runs across it. It's still like 3 hours, man. It's so crazy, like, what makes a game a good speedrun game and what doesn't. Like, a game can be terrible, but can still be a good speedrun game. It's kind of mad. It's like I feel like Shrek on the GameCube or Xbox was like a good example of that. Where it's like actually a surprisingly good speedrun game. Where you can just burp constantly. I feel like the speedrun I watched of that game, they were just smashing the burp button the whole time because it's funny. Is this... Hey, XJ Luna, is this game any good? I like the concept, but it seems like it'll be insufferable by the end. I think I kind of like it, but it definitely takes... Like, it definitely... You get stuff like that, where it definitely is a bit frustrating at times and throws stuff at you where it's just like, just don't do that. That's just mean. Like, sometimes Itchy is annoying, and sometimes if your ball goes the wrong way, it's a bit annoying, but I still kind of like it. Like, I really don't dislike it, even if I was quite critical about it at times. It's still like, I like it. I think it's cool. Well, I guess if you're interested in it, I would recommend playing it. Let's just leave it at that, I suppose. Like, it's interesting and odd enough that I think it's worth a go if you have any curiosity about it. But yeah, it is strangely harsh. I think it was it you, Robert, I want to say, who left the comment saying you played it as a kid and couldn't get past hole 3. And there's definitely a little bit of an aspect of that, where like every Itchy can just kill you. Oh god. And then you got stuff like that, like Itchy is just in the wall, and if you don't know he's there, you're just screwed. So it's a bit meaner than it should be to beginners, but if you can get over that hump and find extra lives, I think it's kind of cool. It just also makes sense to me why nobody would ever talk about this game, because it is just... well, I think I said in the video, it's like Bar and the Beanstalk, like, decently made, can be quite fun, just, it is what it is. It's just this short little game. And this is an interesting part. This is the only time in the whole game it does this. There's this pit that you have to hit the ball over, and if it lands in the pit, then it resets the ball, and you also have to jump over it, and if you land on it... Oh, that wasn't you? Oh, my bad. I guess it was someone else. It was a regular for sure, so I assumed it was you. That's my bad. But yeah, if you land in the pit, you die. But it's like the only pit in the entire game that will kill you. But you don't fall into the pit. Maybe I'll jump into the pit if just to show it off. But there's like no other pit like this in the entire game. Okay, I think I can just smash it from here. There we go, ball goes over. See if I can make the jump. Yep. Oh god, Itchy. Out of context, that sounds quite bad. I hope my neighbors can't hear me just scream Itchy all the time, because that's not what you want. Yeah, I'm going to jump in here, because it's like, this is the only pit in the entire game that's like this. You just like explode and melt and die. It's like... I really don't know why. Oh, what makes a game a good speedrun game is the ability to remove at least 3/4... Yeah, I guess so, right? If you can just warp to the end credits, you're almost there. Oh my god, I love Shrek Xbox. That game is insane. I need to play it for myself, because I agree. Everything I've seen about it is just like... How? I don't plan on doing ranking every Shrek game anytime soon, but that would definitely be an interesting one. I feel like there's enough good and bad Shrek games out there that would be a surprisingly interesting series to cover. Especially because there was just so many. They really went crazy with Shrek games for like 5 years there. Shrek Mania is what I'm going to dub it. It seems like a decent little platformer for licensed Game Boy standards. Yeah, again, it's like middle of the road Game Boy game. Especially based on a license, it's surprisingly decently made. Yeah, I do like it. I just think it's a bad Simpsons game. Because it's a game all about Itchy and Scratchy, which again, arguably nobody wants. And then it just does not do Itchy and Scratchy service at all. So, but again, like, if you took Itchy and Scratchy out of it, or if you just made it about the Simpsons, and just added more, like, Simpsons characters into it, I think you would have something really fun. Or really charming. No, go, you can... Okay, we're going to get Itchy to respawn, and then I'm going to bomb him. There we go. Beautiful. I might end up regretting jumping into that pool of water. Oh, I forgot about this. I always forget about this. This is one of, like, 3 times where you actually don't want to smash the ball because it bounces off this back wall. You just need to hit it just enough so it goes up, and you want it to land on the right side of the platform. If it goes too far left, then you need to hit it again, and it's a whole thing. Is that gonna work? No. So one thing you can do is actually hit it against the left wall, so it then bounces back. I guess I'll give it a go. Okay, that went okay. But you can see with this game where it's like, so this moving platform, right, it is staying in place because I am on the platform, and the board is also on the platform. So somebody cared, right? Like somebody said, we have this idea, we have this nice little idea for this mini golf game where we're gonna, oh god, there we go. Where we want players to like hit the ball in this way, and they didn't just like, if this was an Imagineering game, they never would have stopped the platform. They would have just made you suffer. But you can kind of tell somebody cared. Somebody put in the effort to make it. Again, I still don't think it's a good mechanic, but like, like somebody put in the effort to try and make it a little bit easier to use, and I can appreciate that. Like you can see that in this game. Even if there's time where like Itchy is in a really bad place, or the level design isn't all that great, or the gimmicks a bit off, somebody cared with this one, which is really nice to see. It's oddly charming in that way. Super... We cannot get away from the Shrek Super Slam talk. Gonna have to play that game at some point just to see what people are talking about. That could be a fun stream in the new year, Shrek Super Slam. And then I'll do ranking all the characters and all the different tiers. Oh god, the ball. Why did the ball do that? Okay, I'm going to have to actually pay attention to what I'm doing here. This hole was actually going quite well until I got to this section. So I hit it there. Okay, I hit that too hard. Yeah, I was doing quite well in this hole until this. That's just not where you want the ball to go, is it? It's not where you want the ball to go. Okay, I have to hit it again. But yeah, this is exactly what I mean with these moving platforms. With a game where it's so strict with its par, and you're supposed to be caring a lot about like how many times you hit the ball, it just gets so awkward using these platforms. That blows up. I'm gonna write this. Oh, okay. Okay, Itchy and Scratchy. See if I can respawn Itchy. There we go. After Shrek the Third, the hype started dying down. Yeah, exactly. But there was like, it was so intense for like 5 years after Shrek 1 and before Shrek 3, where they just went crazy with the games. The Simpsons games I've played are arcade. Okay, good. Wrestling. I've heard mixed things. Road Rage. Yep. Hit and Run, and The Simpsons PS2, and a small bit of Simpsons bowling. I actually saw bowling at a fair once. Wow! We were just talking about that. I don't know if you were here before we got there. But like, yeah, I've never seen it. Like, there's a whole thing where they did re-release bowling arcade 1-up with the Simpsons arcade machine, but I've never seen it. And I really do want to see it so I can actually play it properly, but I've just never seen it in the wild. I guess I'm a fake fan and you're a real fan. Skinner, no. Okay, I've messed this up. I have messed this up. No. This is a whole... Oh, this is one of these that can go really well and you can just hit it in first time, or you get a little bit stuck like this. There we go. No idea why it's Skinner, by the way. No explanation for that. I don't remember that episode of Itchy and Scratchy where Skinner as a cowboy comes. It might not even be Skinner. It might be like the magician character in Barfez of the Space Mutants, where they just like... It's just like a generic character look. Skinner is just a really bland character that they can just use that. Stance on the Golf Globe and Pizza Tower. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't played Pizza Tower. I've heard nothing but good things, but I just haven't got around to it. But again, I've heard nothing but good things. Were people ever into Itchy and Scratchy that it actually warranted multiple games? I feel like they would have been more successful if they scooped up the Tom and Jerry license. Well, I mentioned it in the video, but yeah, the people who made this game, Beam Software, actually did make a Tom and Jerry game on the Game Boy. So they actually did do that. Again, I guess Acclaim... I don't know if Acclaim published that Tom and Jerry game. They might have done. Seems like something they would have done. But yeah, actually, but I think it might have come out before this, but they actually totally did a Tom and Jerry game. But no, I don't know. As far as I'm aware, no. I am not aware of any time where Itchy and Scratchy was suddenly this like really popular thing that people loved. I don't get it either. Like, I don't think that happened. I could be wrong. I was a bit too young for when these games came out. I was like 2 when this game came out, so I don't know for sure. But I'm pretty sure like there was no Itchy and Scratchy mania. My theory is just like it's semi-related to Bart, right? Because Bart likes this cartoon and they were running out of ideas, and Itchy and Scratchy is just one of those series where it's like it's very easy to make a game out of cartoon animals that are violent towards each other. But then even though it's easy to do that, they then still turned around and made a mini golf game. So it's just just no matter how you look at it, it makes no sense. So it's a miracle that this game is even just okay, in my opinion. There we go, that's Itchy dead. I really want to get a trackball mouse. Yeah, we were talking about that as well. John was mentioning that. That's something I need to look into. It's a really good idea. In order to do Simpsons Bowling, I already have the emulator for it. So if I can get an emulator to if I can get a trackball and then get an emulator to recognize that, then I actually would have a decent way of playing it, which would be really cool. I haven't kept up with the state of Simpsons Bowling emulation. Last I saw, the sound doesn't work, but when I played it, it seemed fine, but I only played it for like a couple of minutes. But as far as I remember, there was sound. Whether like the sound was correct or not, I can't remember, but I remember like Homer talking and stuff like that, so maybe it's all good. I don't know. I mean, it's a game that came out in 2000, so I would hope they would have figured it out by now. Pizza Tower and Anton Blast are awesome. I haven't heard of Anton Blast, to be honest. The first time I heard of Anton Blast was actually when I uploaded this video. Because the YouTube gives you a load of, like, you know, it tells you how people find your videos. And, like, it told me that somebody searched for Anton Blast review, and then it came up with my Itchy and Scratchy video, and they clicked on it, and it's like, well, that's not the same thing, is it, YouTube? Why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me this? Very strange. I mean, I did buy an Itchy and Scratchy hat at Universal Studios, and that probably would have cost as much as a new Game Boy game in 1995. Probably, yeah. Probably not wrong. Like 20, 30 pounds, I guess. Yeah, I'm not saying Itchy and Scratchy isn't popular, but, you know, again, popular to be separated out into its own game. I don't think so. Like, Krusty the Clown in Krusty's Funhouse was a stretch. And even so, the reason they did that is because Matt Groening was like, Krusty's my favorite character, and we're going to go crazy with Krusty. Actually, let me check this first. I actually really like this level, but it can be a little punishing. Yep, there he is. There he is. I knew he was going to... No. Yeah, it can be a little bit harsh. Like, yeah. Oh, now I have to go back and get the ball. Okay. So this level also has alternative routes. So if I didn't go up here, I would have had to gone a much longer way round. So you have to like hit it up on this magnet bit. But if you drop down a certain pit, you have to loop all the way round to get back up to here. So I have gone the quicker route. I also just don't have many lives to spare. I gotta be a bit careful. I've run out of ray gun, which is a bit annoying. Let me hit you. I'm now just concentrating, by the way. I've got to be careful just to make sure I don't die. I think there is another extra life I can find, but this level can also just throw Itchy at you randomly, which is not what you want. I think there's an Itchy down here. I don't remember. Oh, there's a nut. Oh, okay. Extra life in the wall? No, no extra life in the wall. Okay, good. Right. So whenever you get a game over, like whenever you lose all your lives, then you can continue. But when you continue, you start from the beginning of the level, which is like fine, you know, that's pretty standard. But you then, you know, you're doing the whole level again. So I'd really rather not do that. Okay, there's an extra life over here, I think. In the wall? No? Oh no, that's the next bit. Yes, that's the next bit. But yeah, something I wanted to talk about. I put it in a... Oh god. I don't know if... I think jumping was the wrong thing to do there. Wow, I have a feeling Itchy is on the other side of this. I have a feeling this is the one that's really harsh, where you have to run across the treadmill bit here, then Itchy just randomly appears. Okay, the ball's across. I think Itchy's over here. I have to... I think I'm going to die. I think I'm going to die here. Oh, this is... There we go. I'm across. Go away, Itchy. Go away. God, that's horrible. Why would they do that? I put you down here. I just need an extra life or something. Although we might have done it. I might have actually done this without... Okay, we got an extra life. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're okay. I don't think Itchy appears in this end bit, because this end bit is just the cooling tower. Although my score's actually really low. We should be able to get a par if I don't mess this last bit up. I'm not going to put my channel on the line this time, though. I don't really want to delete my channel. I quite like it. How close are we? Okay, let's see if we can time this. No. Am I going to push it back again? No, okay. Oh, that is upsetting. Okay, I need to hit it a little bit harder. Alright, well that's par wasted, I'm afraid. Actually, it might be easier to hit it from here. I don't know. I think it might have, I think when it's off screen it doesn't count. Let's try hitting it. No. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to let it hit back. I think I said in my video this was actually quite easy, and now I'm struggling quite a bit. It usually is quite easy. I'm just a little bit off with some of these shots. Yeah, I did it again. I'm just a little bit off. Okay, this time. There we go. There we go. Let's just pretend I did that first time. That's still not a bad score. I'm actually kind of happy with that. That's still okay. Oh, right. If you heard Homer at all, that means yes, there's been progress. Okay, good. I need to double check that then. But yeah, I don't remember there being... I remember hearing audio. I have to double check that. Anton Barnes is another indie game based off Wario Land 4. Okay, that's interesting. I've heard nothing but good things about Wario Land 4 as well. Wario Land is a series I need to give a proper play at some point. I'm kind of hoping on NSO all of them are put onto the app so I can play them there. They should make a Graggle Simpsons spin-off game. Graggle? I don't know what Graggle is, I'm afraid. I wish you could use the weapons to hit Itchy to also hit the golf club. Yeah, that would be cool. There's actually a cool little thing that you can do here, where if you're not putting and you hit B, you can still just like hit the ball. Oh, hold on, no, I'm not doing that right. Let's hit that. Yeah, like you can just hit the ball and you can smack it in the air, which I've actually done quite a few times when I'm getting annoyed. You can just smash it like this. It's actually a really, like, it's pointless, completely pointless. But I think it's quite funny. Remind me what par does. Oh, par just gives you an extra life. That's all you need to do. So that actually would have been quite useful for this level. I really could have done with an extra life because I don't have many left. Okay, I think Itchy just spawned at the bottom there. I don't want to get in front of him. You die. Okay. Yeah, this level still has plenty of like Itchy will just show up and kill you moments. So I'm probably going to get a game over here and need to continue, but again, we're like we're pretty close to beating this game. There's only 2 holes left now, so very nice. I'm probably going to play this super carefully because I also don't want to. Oh, that was so close. That was it's so mean. This game is just so harsh sometimes with its placement. Insane. Hey Tom, how's it going? Hello Joe. It's good to see you alive. And I'm assuming well. I'm doing quite well. I'm a bit tired, but I think playing this game has given me a shot of adrenaline that I didn't know it could. But I've actually almost beaten this game. How long have I been playing for? How long have I been streaming? I don't have anywhere on screen that tells me that, but I've been playing for about an hour, so yeah, almost beaten this game, which is going to be quite cool. How are you? Good to see you around again. Bro doesn't remember Graggle Simpson. Graggle is a meme. Doesn't even know Graggle pathetic. Oh my god. Am I not cool? Is that what you guys are telling me? Okay, that was awful. Oh god, this is just horrific. Let me see if any itchies are coming up so I can kill them first. Okay. I want to say there's an itchy on the left down here. So, just gonna okay. Oh god, why are you here? Why are you here? What was that? I thought I already killed that itchy. Okay, alright, well, I guess there's one still left. Let's get him to respawn. I think I can hit him with the golf club. He respawns that same way. There we go. Get lost. Not having it. Hopefully I can get a decent score on this level, but we'll see. Graggle Simpsons is also an ARG. Oh, I need to look up Graggle Simpson. Otherwise people will call me a fake fan. Never played Simpsons bowling before. Don't know of Graggle Simpson. Maybe I am a fake fan. Do a remake of your 12-year-old Rayman Raving Rabbits video. That game is peak. Yeah, I saw your comment. I always get surprised when people comment on my old reviews. I remember the Rayman series was particularly interesting because it was one of those where I was watching people like Some Call Me Johnny and other like YouTubers that was always like, we're going to do a month of now. Oh, don't tell me that bounced off the wall. I bloody well did as well. That's annoying. So now that the ball has just been reset to the previous area. Oh, don't tell me it fell down. I bloody well did. Ah. Oh, I don't like this level at all. It's terrible. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say with the Rayman reviews is that they were a little bit rushed. I just like the idea of, I love Rayman, because I am someone who loves Rayman. I just like the idea of, I was doing game reviews, everyone does the month of, so I was like, I'm going to do my own months of, so I can do a month of Rayman, because I love Rayman. But I did, again, I just rushed them a bit, and they ended up being kind of short, and I don't think they're super thorough, and... Oh, don't tell me it went up and over again. Oh, goodness. So yeah, that review probably was quite rushed. Which I got a little bit better about not rushing stuff quite so much, but I felt like a lot of my game reviews back in those days were very hit and miss. So if you like the review, then that's good, but we'll see. I can't believe I'm stuck on this section. Like, there's actually a much harder section coming up, so hopefully I can get through that okay. But yeah, I just don't like this level. Like, I don't like how easy it is to just loop around. I just don't think that's fun. It's just not, yeah, it's just not fun to have to do it like this. But this game has a little bit of different level designer syndrome, or different designer syndrome, if you know what I mean. Where there's just like some games that you play where you play one level and it's designed a certain way and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then it's like old Jim, bad designer, designed the next level, and then it just does something where you're like, why does it feel like this? And it just feels really off, and the gimmick's not very fun, and it's just not as good as it was. This game's a little bit like that. where I'm assuming they had like a few designers and just some levels end up being really solid and cool, and then there's some levels like this where it's just like, oh, Jim, the game designer, was just not having a good day, and now everyone has to suffer. And by everyone, I mean me, because nobody's really played this game, so I guess who cares in the end, but you never know. Oh, is it? He was always there? You don't remember him? Yes, I have seen that before. Now I know what you're talking about. Yes, that's my bad. I have seen those memes. It's just been a while. I know dank memes. Okay, well, there we go. There's the game over. Sad times. Oh, at least we get to see the game over screen. I just feel like I'm showing off the game. That's what this really is all about. Showing off the game. If I didn't show off the game over screen, you guys would be being like, where's the game over screen? What does it look like? So there you go. That's what it looks like on a Super Game Boy. This Christmas period has sapped all my money, time, and strength. Great! Okay, thanks for asking. I'm doing well, thanks. Well, that's good news. I feel like I'm in a similar boat. I think I'm at the case where I've gone to enough like Christmas do's and stuff where it's like for Christmas, I don't really want to drink that much. Like normally I would have a decent amount of drinks on Christmas, not get too drunk, you know, nothing like that. That's not fun. But I just don't want to drink a ton. I just feel like I'm already a bit exhausted from Christmas. So I'm still going to go do Christmas and I think it's still going to be fun. But I'm not looking for like the whole let's go crazy at Christmas. Where's this Itchy? Oh, there's an Itchy up here. There is an Itchy up here. Where is he? There he is. But yeah, I feel like I'm not like I'm hoping it's going to be a decently chill Christmas. I feel like I'm already like from work dues and meeting up with friends and other family stuff. I'm already kind of a little exhausted. But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be good anyway. Oh god, I looked at chat for 1 second. And that's what I get. Right, I need to... Okay, actually, I think I can get away with not killing that Itchy. As long as I don't get caught in this loop, that Itchy shouldn't get me again. There's this wall. I guess at least I got a chance to get a better score. Get it forward. Smack it. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's much better. I love Simpsons Bowling just for the presentation. I kind of agree. Like I think I read one review of the Simpsons Bowling being like, this doesn't look very good. But when I saw it, I was like, we never had like a Dreamcast Simpsons game. And I feel like if there was one, the Simpsons Bowling is what it would look like. That kind of middle ground of being like, not quite as crude as a Simpsons Wrestling, but like not having that kind of, you know, that specific look that Road Rage and Hit and Run went for. Just something in the middle. I also think it looks really cool. Have you read the recent new article about how the Bond franchise is basically in limbo because Barbara Broccoli is at odds with Amazon? It's bleak reading. I haven't read all of it, but I've definitely heard about that. That it's being discussed in the usual Bond places. But yeah, don't Amazon just want to go crazy with spin-offs and stuff and they really expand the franchise and she's saying no? It's a bit disappointing that they can't at least compromise as in like, well, we definitely want to do more Bond films, so can we please move on and do some Bond films? I don't know why they have to tie it to everything. It's a bit frustrating. But yeah, it's at least if that's what's going on, at least we have an explanation now. Rather than this weird thing where I guess everyone assumed Barbara was just dragging her heels. Where it sounds like maybe that's not the case. When you die, I hope Krusty asks me if I want to continue so I can say no. What? Well, that's bloody bleak for Christmas. Guess so. But fair enough, that's your choice. I also like the idea of a Game Boy bootleg version of Krusty putting his hand around me and just saying, hey kid. He probably wouldn't do the proper Krusty voice, but he would just be like, hey kids. Are you good? Or do you want to go again? But I hate this Itchy is awful. Again, I hope the neighbors aren't listening, because that sounds really bad. What are the best games to play for Christmas? I think, like, comfort games, right? Like, games that you're nostalgia for. Like, you can play games that are based around Christmas and do snowy things. Like, you can boot up Hit and Run. Well, I guess Road Rage is probably better. You could boot up The Simpsons Road Rage and then play... Is it Santa Homer? Is it Santa Homer that you can play in that game? But I just feel like... Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Nope. Nope. Where are you going to drop? Okay, that's fine. But there's not enough games that are, like, super Christmassy, I guess. I did it again. So I would kind of say, like, outside of just multiplayer games with friends and family, you probably want just something that you really... Just a comfort game. God, I hit B and it didn't work the first time, honestly. But I don't really have Christmas games personally. Again, it's probably Mario Kart. I think ever since Mario Kart Wii came out, at some point over Christmas, me and my siblings end up playing a lot of Mario Kart. But I don't like to brag, but I'm pretty darn good at Mario Kart. Pretty darn good. So they never really stand a chance. Oh god, where did the ball go? Where did the ball go? No! No! Okay, let's kill these itchies first. Hopefully that didn't go where I think it went. Because I think you need to... you need the ball to stop here. Then you need to hit it so it goes up this ramp. And then lands here. So you can then hit it over here to go down to where the right door is. But I think if it goes here, it goes into a door and it resets. Great, okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, maybe I wasn't too harsh on this game, actually. Maybe I was the right amount of positive and... Suddenly I feel less generous towards this game. Bootleg Krusty would just have the Mr. Black. Yeah, that's the voice you want asking if you want to live or die. The Mr. Black voice. It's Krusty the Clown. Well, that kind of makes sense. I think that makes sense. For me, I see any games that mostly snow as a Christmas game. Yeah, that's a fair enough way of doing it, you know. I think that's the best you're gonna get. I mean, you can play Banjo-Kazooie, you've got that in there, but you normally just have to go through so much non-snow stuff that it feels like, is it worth it? I mean, for me, I love Banjo-Kazooie, so come on now. So I wouldn't mind playing through that game again. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Right, what is the timing on this? Because that pool of water pushes back the ball. That's not going to do it, is it? Oh no, it did do it. Nice. You basically can't hit it full power on that section. Otherwise it goes too far and you have to try bloody again. Don't... No, 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 no. Okay. Right. So I want to hit this up. So what happened last time is that I hit it and it went past here, it went up here, hit this hill, it rolled down the hill, then it rolled down here, went all the way down to the door, and reset all the way to the beginning. So I don't want to do that this time. And you can hit it where this water jet is, but this water jet also kills you, so you can't stand where it is unless you just like take a hit, then use the invincibility frames to hit it again. So you either have to like hit it here and lose a life to put it up, or just try and hit it the very specific way it wants you to hit it. Oh, this bloody game. Maybe I just hit it lightly and just go from there. Yeah, there we go. That's not too bad, actually. I can do something with this. Down. Oh, that was too hard, wasn't it? Oh, no, that was perfect. I'm getting way too into this, I think. I just want to get past this section. This part of the game really isn't that fun. It's a bad level. I just got Sonic Generations, which is kind of nostalgic and new at the same time, so that's pretty sick. Loving it so far. Shadow Generations is quite fun, yeah. Yeah, I loved Shadow Generations. I really do. So I really liked Sonic Generations, and to be honest, I wasn't really as into it when I was replaying the remake or this new version. Because I was just like, I don't like the classic Sonic levels. I just don't think they play very well. I don't like the way he controls and the way those levels work. But I was still liking the... B-button didn't work. That's cool. Okay, he's dead. Cool. But then I switched over to Shadow Generations, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, it's just the best Sonic game in years. It's just so good. I just think those levels are just so well made. It's just so fun. It's just, I loved it. Like, I really loved it. It's one of my favorite games of the year. My game of the year is Silent Hill 2, but I would put Shadow Generations right up there. Like, it was just so, it's just what I want a Sonic game to be. Just running around in these fast-paced, well-designed levels. It's awesome. But yeah, again, Sonic Generations itself, I feel like it's aged a little bit. It's still fun, but yeah, again, classic Sonic just felt more of a chore than I wanted them to be. Like, I liked playing through the original classic levels, but just the more you get into that game, for me personally, it kind of starts to fall down a little bit. Like when I'm playing Chemical Plant Zone, awesome, I love it. When I'm playing Planet Wisp, not so much. But all of Shadow Generations, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. No, nothing over here. Okay, so this is the last proper shot you got to do with these doors, and it's actually not too bad. As long as Itchy doesn't kill me here. I knew he would do the jump! I knew he would do the jump! Knew he would do the jump. Okay, let's try and ignore Itchy. That's his one weakness. Just want to hit it. Okay, here he comes again. It's just this jumping one. I should be able to get him here. There we go. Okay, good. That's the doors dealt with. I don't think there's any more doors in the rest of this level. Oh, I bloody hope not. I think this is now just the weird octopus squid thing. Actually isn't too bad. Oh, it looks disgusting. The classic Sonic levels in Gens are great. Not gonna lie, they just have a different feel. I mean, I just didn't enjoy them, to be honest with you. I don't know. I guess there's just been too much classic Sonic over the years that going back, I just didn't like it as much. For me, the objective best game of this year is UFO 50. Well, I've seen Marklock play it. I haven't played that for myself. But it feels like one you have to go all in on because there's just so much content. I think classic Sonic in Gens is pretty sick in its own right. It doesn't play like the Mega Drive games, but the level design is still really good. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I remember playing Crisis City, and I got to the tornado bit, and I was like, oh, and just the physics, the way you miss jump sometimes, but you can just go crazy with the spin dash. I don't know. I just feel like they didn't quite get the balance right for me. But I liked it at the time. I think it was more just going back to it. It was just hard to go back to. But again, I don't think it's terrible. It's just, yeah, it's just different. But I'm someone who likes Forces. I really liked Sonic Forces. I got the Platinum in Sonic Forces, and I thought it was really good. So I'm one of those people. Okay, let's see. What timing have we got here then? Oh, I thought that was good, actually. If I didn't hit it as hard, that would have gone in. Okay, not then. Oh, that should have gone in. Come on now. There we go. You're like timing two things there, which can make them a bit tricky. I'm one of the 4 people who thinks Gens Planet Wisp is good. Yeah, I don't hate it. It's just, yeah. I mean, I don't like it for the reason most people don't like it. But I love how it looks. Like, the first part of that level and the music is awesome. It just gets a bit tedious with the 2D stuff. I was close to getting every achievement in old Gens, but then the Time Eater fight... yeah, I don't get why they didn't improve it more in the new version. That seems like an obvious one to me. Go back and redo that fight to make it a lot better. I think they probably did make changes to it, but it still was, like, odd. Why do you enjoy Sonic Forces? I guess some of it is that I like the silly melodramatic stuff, and Sonic Forces is dripping with that melodramatic stuff. Does it do the story well? No, but it's, like, really silly in a way that I can enjoy. Knuckles talking about how war is hell is awesome. I'm all for that. And I think, like, I liked Forces the most when I started going for the Platinum Trophy. My first playthrough of it, I was like, this is okay. This is fine. The level design's a bit weird and it's a bit cringy at times, which is still funny, but it's a bit... But I felt like, yeah, it was a bit nothingy, really. I guess, yeah, is what XJ Luke is saying. But once I started to, like... Hold on. There we go. once I started to like practice the levels, once I started to learn the levels and started to like put things together to get that platinum trophy, to complete the missions and from like complete everything that I needed to do in the game. For me, that's when like the level design started to get a lot better and it started to make a lot more sense as like a Sonic game. So again, I think my first playthrough of it was a bit whatever. But once I started to like grind it out a bit and start learning the levels and start putting together and start shaving, you know, learning different routes and shaving, you know, seconds of my time so I can start, you know, doing better and completing all these different missions that they throw at you. That's for me is when it really came together. And I thought it was actually quite good. Again, as like a one-time playthrough, yeah, it's nothing special. But I got the platinum because I enjoyed getting the platinum. So I liked Forces. It just maybe makes more sense as like a level pack for Generations more than anything. Oh god, this itches. I've only got 3 lives, unfortunately, so hopefully I don't get a game over here. I think we should be fine, but this is the final hole of the game. It doesn't... It's definitely not as cheap as other levels, but it still will throw like a pesky itchy at you when you're least expecting it. Like, there's probably one up here. Yeah, there he is. With a chainsaw as well. What a psycho. Here we go. Let's catch up on chat a bit. Yeah, UFO 50 is fantastic. I was super absorbed into it. There's another game called Mini and Max. Lots more to try out properly too. Yeah, I guess if I'm being honest, I'm just not much of a PC person, which makes it... Although it's not... It's out on other stuff, isn't it? Or is it just PC? But for me, like... I console game first, and PC, I will do it. I just have to go out of my way, because I don't know if I have Steam even installed anymore. I just don't play on my PC. As much as I can sit and point at Forces for its fault, I never actually played it. I think it's worth a playthrough, especially for how cheap it is. Again, I just keep your expectations quite low, but if you want some boost formula levels, I think it takes the box, and I think the story's fun. Like, in a way that maybe it wasn't trying to be, but I don't know. I like it. Just, you can't take it too seriously, but I think it's fun. I like Knuckles talking about war, and I like this over-the-top, oh no, Eggman has taken over 99.9% of the planets. And they're talking about all their forces being wiped out. I don't know, I find that stuff super charming. Like, it's something that Sonic can do. Like, they would never do that with Mario, and I don't know. I think that adds to some of the charm of the Sonic series. Forza was just the most nothing game ever made. Got it for free, and it worked well enough as junk food. We're never going back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Shadow Generations is definitely miles ahead of it. Like, Shadow Generations shows probably how good Forces should have been. But even then, I still enjoy it. As someone who liked Generations and... Why did I do that again? Okay, so... Just have to hit B nice and early. There we go. Now I only have 1 life, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully I can get some more lives here, because there's in the video for this game I didn't show off the end of hole challenge, and it is definitely worth looking at. We definitely need to do that. And I really should have shown it off. So I'm definitely going to show it off for this live stream, but also you can die looking at it, so you have to be a little bit careful. Come on. So there's a problem with these hands where you have to press B to launch the ball, but sometimes it just won't work, and it's kind of annoying. And sometimes you just like use up some of your weapons, which is not what you want at all. Like that. That should have worked, but it just didn't. And then up, and then B. Avoid the ghost. There he is. There, I knew he would be there. I knew he would be there. There we go, you're dead. I really need an extra life now. There's what. Thank you. Thank you, game. I appreciate that. What defines a Sonic game for me is not speed, but level design and alternative pathways. Yeah, I guess Forces didn't have too much of that. I won't disagree with that. Like, I get why people don't like Forces. I just think it was like a fun few hours, and I really liked learning those levels and grinding it out. I thought that was fun. But yeah, Shadow Generations is way better. If somebody was like, I want to play a Sonic game, I would be like, play Shadow Generations. It's excellent, even. I unironically like Infinite. I wish there was just more of him. He kind of just vanished. But did you play the DLC? Because the DLC where Shadow... his origin story is just Shadow's like, there's only room for one edgelord in this story. Then he like beats him up and Infinite's like, oh, I'm gonna get you, Shadow, you prick. And that's, as far as I remember, that's basically his origin story. And I'm like, that's awesome. At some point, somebody at Sega or Sonic Team was just like, is Shadow just the coolest person ever? And everyone was like, yeah. Yeah, and that's how he should be written. So, like, Infinite's story had to be that Shadow was just so cool. That Infinite just couldn't compete. Oh, this is awkward timing. So if the ball hits these ghosts, then it resets it up to the top to where the last hand is. So we don't want to do that. Oh, I don't think I've timed that right. Let's reset. There we go. It's actually not that hard here. Okay, so I'm going to try and show off this end of hole challenge because this is the end of the game. But if I die twice, then it's game over and I have to do this all again. Which is going to be a bloody pain. But let's hit the ball. Then I'm going to try and jump over this guy here. Come on. Look at this! Look at this! Why would they do this? What's the age rating of this game again? Let me just take a quick look. Here we go. Oh, actually, I can't see it. It's blocked off for some reason. Oh, I'm assuming it's a free plus, but that's pretty horrific. I guess it's no worse than, like, being burnt to death and being stabbed and all the other stuff, but this is actually very cool. This is, like, a pretty out there end of hole challenge, and yeah, I'm a bit annoyed at myself that I didn't show this off in the video. Because it's, like, it's a bit crazy. Very surprised when I first saw it. Oh, come on now. No! No, 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 no. Get in the hole. Get... Oh, oh God. This guy's crazy. I don't know how to get to the ball without dying now. Let's just... God, can I... Oh, okay. Well, that's a giant pain. So I guess that wasn't worth it. And now we have to do the whole level again. Downtown, you misread my... Oh, I did miss your comment. Let's go back. I didn't really care about Sonic, but Jet Set Radio was an excellent game. I bought the game on Steam before Sega delisted it. Yeah, I need to play Jet Set Radio. I remember a friend of mine who had an Xbox and a modded Xbox, just to rat him out. He had the Xbox Jet Set Radio, and I remember looking at that thing and being like, that just looks really cool. Like, this was back when Tony Hawk was like the biggest video game like ever, and just seeing this like super colorful crazy version of what looked to be like a Tony Hawk game, I was like, what the hell is this? But I never actually played it for myself, but it looks really cool. So yeah, I definitely need to play that at some point. He wants to be the thing that scared him and made him feel small, so he vastly overcompensates. You're talking about him? Yeah, exactly. Is he the Kylo Ren of the Sonic universe? These are the questions that I want to answer. This is why I stream on YouTube, to answer questions of, is Infinite the Kylo Ren of the Sonic universe? I think I remember at the pub once having an argument or discussion about what... This is such a nerdy thing I've ever... This is the nerdiest conversation I've ever had. Which Sonic characters are which, like, Dragon Ball Z characters? Like, if there was a Sonic Dragon Ball Z, who would be who? I don't know if I'm emotionally ready to have that conversation again. Because I had some opinions about who's Piccolo and who's Vegeta. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Infinite is like the real-life teenage version of Shadow. Yeah, I guess like Infinite is who people who don't like Sonic assume Shadow is. Wait, hold on, where's the ball? Hold on. So it says it's... Is it back here? Did I just go on ahead without it? I think I did. Oh, I did. Whoops. My bad. Yeah, it's like Infinite is who what like people who don't play Sonic assume Shadow is. That's my hot take for Christmas. But no, I should be able to beat this level easy, by the way. It's just a bit of a shame. If I had one more extra life, like, I don't know, if I didn't throw myself into that pit just to, God, itchy. There we go. Oh, there's like a couple of extra lives in this level, so this should be totally fine. I just need to do that ending bit a bit better. Sadly, we're not on world record pace. Sadly not. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk also exists if you like Jet Set Radio. There's a cool indie game called... yeah, there we go. Yeah, was that the one that like the creator was involved in as well? But I read something about Sega wants to be more like bold in the future. They said, I think one of their bosses said something like, we don't want to be known as that retro company. Which is like, well, you're probably 20 years too late for that, I suppose. A little bit too late to not be known as the retro company. Maybe if you only re-release Sonic 1 like 10 times rather than 20, people might not think of you that way. Don't come over here. Okay. But yeah, so we're probably going to get some weird stuff from Sega in the future, but if it's anything like Shadow Generations, then I'm all for it. I'm dying quite a bit in this level though. I guess I need to pay a bit more attention. Okay, so I got the ray gun and there was an itchy over here. That's fire now and walk forward. There we go, got him. Yeah, so if you're confident and you know where he is, you can just fire and walk forward and it'll work out for you. You just have to know where they are and be confident. And that's the trick. There we go, you die. But yeah, the first time I beat this game, I didn't even see that end of whole challenge. Because I just hit it from off screen and it just worked. God, I hope the new Sonic Racing is just like a Transform sequel. Yeah, I don't... It was so weird that Team Sonic Racing came out like it did. Like, you had the same team, you've got a proven formula, you got something that if they played it right, it's a really good competitor to Mario Kart, right? If Team Sonic Racing was better... You know, it's not going to do Mario Kart 8 Deluxe numbers, nothing will. But, like, they have really had something, and they just blew it by just making a really mediocre game where they stripped it of characters and forced in a gimmick that Crash Team Racing tried ages ago, and it was bad there. So, very much feels like that series got mishandled, considering just how much people love Transformed. And I very much like Transformed. I still prefer Mario Kart, but I get it. Okay, you die. There we go. Quite a lot of weapons. I'm quite near the end of the level again now. We keep an eye on Itchy. No, no, no. Ah, bugger. Bugger. Actually, I think Itchy might be gone. I think there's no more Itchies left now. Really hoping, I've said this twice, but I keep talking about Itchy and it just makes no sense to anyone who does not know Itchy and Scratchy. Okay, let's switch to golf club so I don't waste any ammo. Yeah, up. You down. I think they brought the guy who made music for JSR. Oh, was that it? Okay. That makes sense. I knew there was someone associated with the original involved in that game. But they keep... there's that rumored crazy taxi that they keep talking about as well. They replaced Cream, therefore I can't forgive them. No, you're right. And you're right. You shouldn't forgive them. Don't forgive, don't forget. I think the way that Cream isn't in more games kind of shows how sometimes, like, Sonic Team is just not on the same page with Sonic. God. Or what people want off modern Sonic. Hey, it's such a terrible place for that to go. Okay, I'm gonna hit it off. No, don't hit the ball back. No! Stop it! Well, that's just rude. Come on, go in, please. I get so close. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh, I don't remember that being that difficult. I really struggled with that for some reason. Probably because of the throwing axes. Congratulations, Scratchies. Whack. And there goes the eyes. The end. What a beautiful story. Oh, here we go. Can I be bothered to type out my name? So these don't save. But I think they don't save because I'm assuming the battery's dead? I don't know. TJ. I'll be TJ. Why not? So I only got 2 scores worthy of the leaderboard. That's fine. And there we go. Lovely credits for everybody. Oh, actually took longer than I thought. But yeah, again, very beatable game once you know kind of where to go and once you can get those lives. Like, I kind of struggled at the end, but you know, we can throw some of that down to just like live streaming and talking. Just one of them, I suppose. Wasn't that worth it? Oh, it was totally worth it, for sure. Yeah, again, I don't hate this game. I kind of like it. It's just like, I think I said this in the video, you just never have any reason to ever play this game ever again. Just like, there's just no reason to ever play it again. If you're in the mood for The Simpsons, there's way better games and way more better Simpsons games that represent the show. If I wanted to play like a decent Game Boy game, I would probably go like Escape from Camp Deadly before this, if I was in the mood for Game Boy Simpsons. And if I was in the mood for a golf game, I'd play like Mario Golf or something, or get the Tiger Woods games, or you know, one of those. So it's like, in terms of where this fits, it's like, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that, I'm afraid. But again, it's not bad. It's fine. Totally fine. I just had to rank it lower on the list because it's just that. It's just a bit forgettable. But I still kind of like it. I still think it's one of those that if you just happen to have it as a kid, that's not a bad game to have. Not a bad game to have. So this might be an odd question. Did the video come out and I just missed it? Yeah, you missed it, dude. It came out on Thursday. So the way I'm trying to do with the live stream is that I put the video out, and normally I would wait a week so people have a chance to watch it, then do the live stream. But due to Christmas, I uploaded the video on Thursday, and now I'm doing this live stream today on Sunday, so I've got it all done before Christmas. But yeah, it came out on Thursday, so feel free to watch it, and also give it a like as well. Because that video is not doing very well, to be honest with you. But, you know, it is what it is. I think it's one of those where it's just like, I'm kind of struggling a little bit with the current series and people kind of watching those videos. But it's what I'm talking about, I think, in the videos themselves, where it's like people just aren't as interested in these games. They're just forgotten, weird, not great games that people aren't interested in. So in terms of YouTube and the algorithm, that YouTube's not like, oh, goody gumdrops. Itchy and Scratchy. The kids will love Itchy and Scratchy and Miniature Golf Madness. Let's go and spread that everywhere. I just think topic-wise, it's just not a topic people are interested in, and I think my videos are suffering views-wise as a result, but it's all good. It will be fine in the end. Once I get past these games, then we'll be going on to the big hitters, so I'm not too worried about it. It's just a bit frustrating that like each video is doing worse than the last, but I think it's just because people aren't interested in these games is the short of it. This at least seems like an actual video game, not digital torture. Yeah, exactly. Like, I can at least give this a... If you're interested in it, then I would say play it, and you'll probably have a decent little afternoon playing it. It's like, unlike the Imagineering games and Virtual Bar, somebody cared. It was just not that great of an idea in the first place, and it's not amazingly executed anyway. Weird, it's not even showing up for me. I can only see the video in the playlist for some strange reason. Didn't get a notification. Wait, you can't see it on my channel page? What? That's really strange if you can't see it on my channel page. View your channel. Yes, please. This is weird. This is weird viewing my own channel. Yeah, I can see it on latest 3 days ago. It's coming up for me. I don't know why it's not coming up for you. I'm assuming that's a glitch on YouTube or something. I can only see the video in the playlist. That's very strange. But somebody left a comment on my virtual Bart video as well saying they didn't see any notification or anything when that got uploaded. So there might just be a bug or something, because somebody else had the exact same problem, saying, oh, I missed this because I wasn't told about it, or it didn't come up in my feeds. So there's something going on. And maybe that explains some of this, I don't know. Give it a clickbait title like Simpson game you never played? Itchy and Scratchy doing what? And then Bart blushing. You know, there's something there. I don't know. Anyway, so that's Itchy and Scratchy. I guess in terms of... I'm going to wrap up the stream, but I guess a couple of things to mention before I go. First of all, the current plan is for the next video to be The Simpsons Tapped Out, not the Itchy and Scratchy game. So I've started to write the script for Simpsons Tapped Out. I've been playing it for like 2 months now. I've got a ton of footage of it, although I'm not too happy with the footage, but it is what it is. So basically, The Simpsons Tapped Out shuts down fully on the 25th of January. So if I did the Itchy and Scratchy game first, and then tried to do The Simpsons Tapped Out, if I needed to like boot up the game to double check something, or if I needed to like grab footage last minute because of something I said in the video, I wouldn't be able to do that because it would probably be past that point. So I want to finish the script and get most of that video done while the game is still live, just in case there's like any problems. So the next video will be The Simpsons Tapped Out, which will have some intro saying like, oh, by the way, sorry, I'm doing this at a weird time. But yeah, I think I've got to do Tapped Out now, just because of the way the timing has worked out. So the next video will be The Simpsons Tapped Out, and hopefully that comes out towards the end of January, start of February. I've already like done a good amount of the script. I'm actually struggling to write the script though, because it's such a weird game. It's like barely a game. It's very hard to take you... Like, I like to take people through a game as part of the video, so you kind of get that experience. But with the Tapped Out, it's just like... So I put a building down, was playing it later on the toilet, tapped a bit, played it a bit before bed, then I woke up, played it a bit more, got a couple more buildings, so feeling pretty good about that. It's like, it's not like level 2, level 1, that sort of breakdown. It's gonna be, it's a bit of a challenge, but again, I'll figure it out. I'll write it up. I'm writing the review right like at the moment. When I come back from Christmas, I'm gonna hit the ground running to get that done, and then hopefully end of January, start of February, The Simpsons Tapped Out will come out, and then I'll jump straight back into the Itchy and Scratchy game, which I think is going to take actually longer than I thought it might. I actually have a, yeah. Well, I'll go into that later. Then I guess the second thing, I guess I just want to give another thank you for everyone watching. This was the most successful year of YouTube for me ever, I think. Most of that is because of my Banjo-Kazooie video, which got like a ridiculous amount of views this year. But this has been the most successful YouTube year for me ever. And I've been doing this for like December 2010 is when I started, so 14 years. And to come back to YouTube and to have this idea and to have a load of people who like this idea and are interested in the same things I am with these Simpsons games and to vibe with it, then like that's been really, really awesome. And I'm going to ignore Joe's toilet comments while I try and say nice things. But yeah, like, so that's been, I very much appreciate that. So hopefully next year is going to be even more successful. You never know, right? But next year I'll be tackling The Simpsons Tapped Out, Virtual Springfield, The Simpsons Bowling, which is apparently a huge topic, according to you guys. And we'll finally get into the 3D games. So assuming I can stay well and not get sick all the time like I usually do, and I can keep this thing going, I'll be live streaming next year, probably once a month, every time I upload a video. I'll be focusing on getting the ranking every Simpsons game videos done. At some point, hopefully I can do the Bartman, History of Bartman video. I still have that script that's unfinished. And yeah, it's been pretty damn amazing. So I just want to say thank you to everyone watching and everyone that's here for I guess supporting a small YouTuber like me who decided to do something different, and overall it's working out quite well. So I guess I would, yeah, Merry Christmas. I hope everyone has a good break. I hope everyone rests up. I hope no one here works in retail, because I hear that's a nightmare. I'm gonna go rest up now. And I guess I'll see you in the new year. So yeah, thank you very much appreciated. And yeah, until the next one. Bye.